This is lesson 4 on page 85, Customizing Message Options. In addition to composing new emails to send to your recipients, the other two actions that you are likely to perform most often are reading and responding to emails that you receive. In this lesson, you will learn how to use the available reading and responding options in Microsoft Office Outlook. In this lesson, you will customize reading options, customize message responses with voting and tracking options, and recall and resend previously sent messages. So starting with topic A on page 86 is customizing reading options. Chances are, if you are using Microsoft Office Outlook in a business organization, you will receive and read numerous emails every day. Opening and reading every email that comes into your inbox can be time-consuming. Fortunately, you can customize your reading options in Outlook to help you maximize your time reading and responding to emails. In this topic, you will customize these reading options. First, we have desktop alerts, and these are notifications that appear on screen when a new Outlook item, such as an email message or meeting invitation, is delivered to your inbox. When a new item is received, a small alert will appear in the lower right corner of your screen on top of any open window. To set your desktop alerts, you would go to your File tab and Options, and in your Mail category, you want to scroll down to your Message Arrival section. And here, when new messages arrive, you can play a sound on your computer. You can briefly change your mouse pointer, which is your cursor. You can show an envelope icon in the taskbar that will appear on top of your Outlook symbol on your taskbar. And here's the option, display a desktop alert. So I'm going to check that off and we'll go ahead and test it out. I'll click OK from here. And I'm going to switch over to Maureen's Outlook, and I'm going to send a message to myself. We'll call this Desktop Alert Test. And I'll go ahead and send that out and quickly go back to my own email account. You can see it popped up in my lower right hand corner, and also remember that icon I was talking about. You can see that yellow envelope also came up over my Windows taskbar icon. Okay, so you have different alerts that you can set there, and of course you can always choose to play a sound as well. I keep those desktop alerts off because when I'm recording these videos and the students are working in their Outlook and they're sending me messages, it's constantly popping up there. So I'm going to choose to go back and disable that option so we don't get interrupted. Same with this sound. Normally I would keep those on, but just for recording purposes I'm going to keep those turned off. Okay, so now we're going to look at some different pane views. So we know over here is our folder pane of our mail section. And on your View tab in your Layout command group, here you have your folder pane drop down. Now, right now, this is in normal view, so you can see that is checked off. Also, you can see favorites is checked off. So any of the favorite email accounts or folders, I should say, can be saved to your favorites up top there, so you can keep that visible to yourself. If I uncheck that, you can see that top section is removed. By default, it is turned on. Now, you can choose to minimize your folder pane as well, and what that does is it collapses it to a very narrow bar to the left here. You can see it will display your email address, reading up that narrow pane, and it will also bring your navigation bar vertical as well. Now, to bring that back to your normal or to expand it if you want to, you can click this expand button at the top, which is your right arrow, and that opens up for you. Now, it's automatically going to collapse for you if you click anywhere else. You can see, since I'm still in that minimized option. But when you're expanding it, just like your ribbon, you have the option to pin that open if you wish, and now you can see it has been brought back to the normal view. You also have the option to completely turn it off and remove it from your screen. I like to keep my folder pane in my normal view like that, so I can see all of my mailboxes if I need to. Now for your reading pane, remember your reading pane is this section here. You have the option to display that at the right side, which is your default, what it is right now. You can also display it at the bottom of your content pane. And when you do that in your content pane, now we have the option of seeing all of our different columns that are available to us in our content pane. So you can see this one is the importance, then you have your reminder column, you have your icon column, your from, subject, if the email message has any attachments, received, your color categories, and so on and so forth. So you can see your different columns there. And then when I'm taking a peek at your email message, and your reading pane is going to be displayed at the bottom. You can also completely turn that off and remove it from your screen, and it will just show your email list in your content pane. Again, I like mine the default way, displayed at the right, so I can quickly look at those email messages. Okay, what else do we have? Our message preview. In your content pane, you can see that it shows the sender, the subject, and it also shows right now the first line of the email message. Now on your view tab of your ribbon in your arrangement group, here we have the option to change the message preview. I can turn that off, and I'm going to do that just for this folder. You can choose to change it for all mailboxes if you wish. And you can see now it just shows the sender of the message and also the subject. You have the option to show 2 lines of preview text if you want. So it shows a little bit more of the message. Or you have the option of 3 lines. So again, shows a little bit more if you want. My preference is to keep that at 1 line. So it does give you a brief idea of what the sender is going to be talking about, but doesn't show too much of the message. All right. Your next video will be Activity 4.1 on page 90.